So as you already see that I'm able to execute run my ansible node here, and it's actually working now. My next thing I will do is install Proxy. So in this open just me and open source. This guy actually have an HA multi-proxy hacking guide for using Keepalived and uh, and um, and Kubeadm. So yeah, so we actually have to do two things. We must have an Keepalived first, install first, and then this Keepalived will actually checking for a healthy health check API server, and if it's if the health check is success, it will basically yeah, this script will actually be being used in keep live configuration. So it do something like that. Yeah, it basically it do some kind of interval checking with some timeout, and it has some virtual IP addresses which it will porting the API server to. Meanwhile, keep an eye. HA proxy is basically it routing to the three API routing through the um, so the front end will be I think will be anyone that want to access 6443, and the back end will be the cryptic back end here, and then it will do some kind of health check I think, and with the startup of 200 is required to do that. So it will look through one of the three server I think. So I will keep things a bit simple. There's a document regard to a variable cluster. So load balancer for Kube API, I think can use some kind of routing, but okay, in the documentation of the Kubernetes is actually have some kind of software load balancings, and they actually combine a Keepalived and HA proxy here. And Keepalived is actually provide virtual IP to manage to config health check, and HA proxy is basically load balancing I think, and do some kind of TLS termination handled by the API servers. So let me take a look at this one. So we have virtual router ID. I'm not sure what is the exact value that this guy used. Priority I think will be on root authentication, virtual IP addresses. I will always go with the 192.168.1 and 30. Track script, check API server, that's fine. Actually, I will go with this guy instead. But I need to install the HA proxy, the Keepalived first. So yeah, let's write the playbook for it first. That is a high level overview. I think I can just start it now. Create an HA proxy. Okay. Now in load balancer, I will create our readme. I will create the same guy here. I actually reference both documents. Now the playbook. For the playbook, the first of all, I will always do some kind of installation. Uh, yeah. So for Keepalived setup, same thing I do. I will have the task is to install Keepalived. The host to be master node and worker node. No, just load balancer. Make sure inventory is right. Yeah, only load balancer is needed. The tax, yeah, the tax now is a tax. So install Keepalived into that means that there's if one of the two load balancer is failing, the other load balancer will claim it will claim the virtual IP, and then okay. So what I need to do next is you see this is actually what it's describing. So when an ingress traffic go in, right, it will go through the firewall obviously, and it will go to one of the two load balancers. It depends on the virtual IP routing it to. So if the load balancer one is failing, like in this case, virtual IP will be switched to the load balancer two, and it will go routing to web to the backend. So what I do now, just make it a little bit easier. I will use shell as my action. And yeah, just run some kind of update. And apt install Keepalived. And then you can start set up the Keepalived in the load balancer one. So the Keepalived I will just using the same. I will do the same thing as here with some twist. So I will cut it to the file. To this file actually. So the state, I think the state is okay. Let's go back to this guy for a second. I'm not sure about state. State will be backup, something else. I'm not sure about the master. I mean. Backup. I'm not sure, you know. It still depends on the. Okay, anyways. This one I will leave it later, but for let me access to local servers. So the ENS 18 is my default interface. Right TV 100. Again, I'm not very sure of the past, but I think the state will be backup for now. I'm not sure if it cause some issue, but yeah, we will talk about it later. For the op pass, I think I will do exactly the same with this guy. No, with this guy instead. So I will generate some kind of authentication. I'm not really sure about authentication. Let me check really quick. Okay, so it must be the same for all Keepalived node. I need to fix this a bit. The name is a bit too generic. Keepalived token secret. So this one will be reused. or ansible script. The second thing I need to do is actually copy it to all the load balancer node. So this one is here. And yeah, from here you can actually pass it to a client, to this variable, and it located here. Actually I can just copy the whole thing here, change the secret here. The virtual IP of the server, I will use 192.168.1 and 630, and we have checked API server script, so we need to prepare that as well. For the directory, I think we have to change the directory here to home.qt. For the check API server script, let me go down here. So we want to create a directory, something like this. Okay, so I will just copy the whole thing. There's one different though. This is the step where I configure the hijack script. So what is will be here will be okay, I need to change this one for a second. Don't care about this one. Okay, it'll be confused for me, but I got it done. So the directory I want to put in here is Keepalived, and the file I want to connect to, we will check API server. No, I don't care this one for now. And the actual value will be this one, so I just put it here. Now is the most important part. The destination port, I believe it to be always 6443. For the API for the virtual IP, it thought to be always be yeah, it will be always be 192.168.130. I think that's pretty much it for a script. there's plenty of parameter we can tuning, for example like the ansible, but I will keep it for now. I don't think anything else I need to do. I think that is for Keepalived. We can move on. So this one is basically checking for the virtual IP and things like that. And the I think it will. I mean, yeah. If it fail, it will claim, right. If it fail, it will claim the IP addresses. Yeah. You know what? Let's just understand it like that for now. So let's move on for HTTP proxy. So this one is already done. We configured Keepalived, and every time it's found out the API server is failing, it will claim the virtual IP. Right? It's not a load balancer. It's simply the node itself trying to claim an IP addresses when it see that IP address is failing. It's as simple as that. Yep, I think I think that's good for the API server. Let me switch to HTTP proxy setup. So here is a different playbook I want to run. Yeah, so I will copy the whole task like this one. And same as this guy. So as a proxy, the idea is that when the internet come in, so this is definitely a virtual IP, right? It could be any of the three server, and when it's routing, it will be routing to the backend, which is could be one of the two one of those API servers from the backend. Anyways, we don't care about Apache or things like that. We focus about HTTP proxy things. So HTTP proxy can be installed through, I think, through this tool. Let me just push it down here. So my next step after I install the HTTP proxy things, yeah, I can write some kind of HTTP proxy.p just to verify it. That is where I need to configure the HTTP proxy. So to configure it, to configure it, I will use the same step as you can see here. This one will be configured HTTP proxy for routing rule, and below it, what you actually do is copy the whole thing, like you can see here. But before I do that, I certainly I will need to paste this to a file. .49. I'm not sure exactly what the file name is. It's in here, so I will paste the whole thing here. Let's just copy it. And this is the fun part. I will need to, update some of the variable here. Okay, so the port will be 643. The API servers will be host ID, host address, API's source port. Okay. So the host ID will be IP address of the first host, which we listed in the metadata here. Or otherwise, you can just go to README of the go to the ansible not inventory, but README on inventory. I'm not exactly sure, but it should be somewhere here. Let me check. So we have 3 master node here, so I'm going to just write it down. Let me check from this guy what this guy do. So he just write out the master 1 and master 2, things like that. So 2, 3, 1, 2. I think that's pretty much it. To me, this is enough. This is enough to really run everything correctly. If I update etc host, or if I have a DNS resolver, I can change this guy to a different name. But I think that this is good enough. My final step is actually enable Proxy. Which I will do it right below here. No, this is not Proxy. So it will be below here. So this one will start Keepalived process. So I think this is good for the script. We can do some kind of debug in the next video. We will actually install it to local servers, and we will do some kind of telnet.